Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's continue with this round 7 this time around from the Latin American Players Cup for Regionals Qualifier. Today I have a match against an opponent from Chile, a country here in Latin America, and this opponent is using a team that has Grimsnar, Tabafini, Marowak, Alolan, another Marowak by the way, Porygon 2, Kartana, and Landers, Tyrion. And I'm still using, of course, my team of Regieleki, Indidi, Landers, Fini, Incineroar, and Urshifu. So let's talk about a little bit of my opponent's team. Of course, as always, guys, you have the team sheet in the description down below for both teams. So my opponent is using a Grimsnar with Light Clay, of course. No surprise there. Light Clay with Spirit Break, Reflect, Light Screen, and Fake Out. Chapafini with Leftovers, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Muddy Water, and Protect. Marowak Alola with the Thick Club, and it's also using Flare Blitz, Shadow Bond, Boomerang, and Detect. Porygon 2 with Ice Beam, Eerie Impulse, Recover Trick Room, Kartana, which we haven't seen that much in this tournament, Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, Sacred Sword, and Aerial Ace, and then Landers, Tyrion with Earthquake, Rock Slide, Fly, and Sword Stance, and holding a Lumberry. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting team. And it's a Trick Room team, by the way, has like 2 fast mons that can work outside of Trick Room, like Kartana and Landers, but it's mainly a Trick Room team. There's a Marowak, Alola, and as you guys probably already know, Marowak is not a Pokemon that I like to face, especially with my Regieleki. I do have lots of ways to deal with Marowak, like I have Tapu Fini, I have Urshifu, I have Landers, but in round 1, for example, I couldn't use my other mons that well because of the Thunder's Tyrion that was in that team with Defiant. But now, not Tyrion, Thunderous Incarnate. But now, there's no Thunderous, so at least I can use my Intimidate Mons, and let's see how this match goes. So let's begin. Let me click play now on the video, and let's begin. So we're going into team preview now. Remember, this is round 7, and I'm 5 wins and 1 loss. So there it is. So let's see. I'm thinking, what should I do here? Potentially, like, normally against this kind of Trick Room teams, I like to go in Fini. I don't know if in the front, probably in the front it's fine, sometimes in the back, but Fini feels pretty safe against almost everything. There's no Thunders, as I said, so it's a pretty simple lead for me. Tapu Fini puts a lot of pressure on Marowak, Landers, Grimsnar. I can Calm Mind. His Porygon 2 has Eerie Impulse, even though there's a Marowak with Lightning Rod, but of course that's not something that you just cannot use. You can use, you have to be extremely careful, of course, with the Lightning Rod when you switch into Marowak, but that's it. So I'm gonna go Incineroar Fini with Urshifu, Landers in the back. At least for game 1, I think this is fine, because like I can go for Fake Out, Calm Mind, I can go for Parting Shot, I can install Trick Room. I'm pretty sure Trick Room's coming here, and unfortunately I don't have a way to stop it. Like, I was regretting not having Taunt on my Incineroar. As you probably already know, because I mentioned this on first video, I think, of this Players Cup for qualifiers. I was testing Brick Break, and I felt okay with it, but I was like missing Taunt. And basically, when I decided to change Taunt, unfortunately the deadline was over, so I couldn't change to Taunt, back to Taunt, so I just had to keep the Brick Break. But it's fine. I mean, we're gonna be just basically missing Taunt sometimes, but I can play around the Trick Room matchup. It's totally okay. And Brick Break can even help here, like, because my opponent has a Grimsnar, and there it is. There's a Grimsnar, so at some point I can Brick Break the screens, and that can help me to get like more damage. Who knows? Yeah, Porygon 2 and Grimsnar from my opponent's lead, both shinies, by the way. Incineroar and Tapu Fini in my case. So as I said, this is a free Fake Out, Calm Mind for me. The Grimsnar in my opponent's team does not have Taunt. He does have Fake Out though, so let's see. Normally when you put Fake Out on Grimsnar, it's to guarantee Trick Room up, right? So probably this Grimsnar is EV'd a little bit faster than the usual, just to have that advantage against other Incineroars, I would imagine. So let's see if he is faster than me. I assume he's gonna go for a Fake Out turn 1, that's why you have it. Yeah, there is a Fake Out, and he is indeed faster than my Incineroar. My Incineroar is not, and he gets a crit at -1 attack. That's fine. My Incineroar is not that speedy. It does have some speed investment though, but it's not that fast either. And yeah, but the Grimsnar was faster. Calm Mind, free, and the Porygon goes for a Trick Room. That's totally okay. So now I don't have taunt, but had I have taunt here, it's just a free taunt protect. I don't have, so I have to play around that. It's fine. So what I have to do here is protect with Feeny. I don't want to get like the Eerie Impulse. I don't want him to get an Eerie Impulse, so I'm just gonna protect and Parting Shot. I'm Parting Shot in the P2 because I was expecting probably there's a Marowak switching or something. No, but in case, I mean, Porygon also has Ice Beam, so I might as well just drop that Ice Beam because Grimmsnarl is already -1. And since I'm using Parting Shot, Incineroar is gonna come back, so it's gonna be -2 the Grimmsnarl, so it's totally okay. And I'm gonna bring the Landers. I could bring the Urshifu actually. Urshifu can pressure. I can protect and bait them to attack me. No, but I'm just gonna bring the Landers because of this. Here's the thing. I'm gonna bring Landers because he knows that I have Source Sense. He knows that he's -1 special attack, so he probably can expect me to go for like a Source Sense or something. Basically, I'm baiting him to attack my Landers, so that way he ignores my Tapu Fini and I can get another Calm Mind off, maybe, or just damage. Basically, he is forced to decide if he wants to Ice Beam me or Eerie Impulse me. Of course, I'm not gonna stay in with Landers. It's just a bait. I'm gonna force him to respect it and switch out back to Incineroar so I can have Fake Out the next turn. He can go for an Eerie Impulse on my feet and just ignore my Landers, of course. Reading me not staying with Landers, but let's see. So this time, I wanted to go for damage on the Grimmsnarl. I could go for another Calm Mind, but I wanted to go for damage into the Grimmsnarl just to see how much it does. And basically just putting him in range of anything later. Light Screen comes out from Grimmsnarl. Let's see. There's an Ice Beam. That should be into the Incineroar. Yeah, trying to catch the Landers. Ice Beam. Getting another crit. Pure Incineroar. Yeah, Moonblast into the Grimmsnarl shouldn't be enough. Yeah, because the Grimmsnarl managed to set up a Light Screen. And even though Tapu Fini was +1, yeah, they are just basically cancel each other out. So now I can go for a Fake Out if I want. I can also Brick Break, I guess, to get rid of that Light Screen. But again, this is turn 3 of Trick Room, and my opponent has not used Trick Room efficiently just yet. There's no Marowak, there's nothing, so he's just wasting his own Trick Room. So I suppose he can switch into Marowak now. That's risky because I could go for Muddy Water, but I'm not gonna give him free switches, so at some point he has to bring the Marowak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play safe. I'm just gonna play safe, Fake Out the Porygon, and get another Calm Mind. He's switching out the Porygon though into the Marowak, perhaps into the Marowak. So Muddy Water would have done a lot of damage here. That's actually, I guess that's a read. He's reading me to go for a Fake Out there, so he's gonna Spray Break my Fini. Yep, to drop the special attack a little bit more, so the Marowak does not take that much damage because Light Screen is up. I'm not clicking Muddy Water just yet. Another Calm Mind, so I'm back to +1. And this is the last turn of Trick Room, if I'm not mistaken. Tapu Fini looks pretty healthy. The Marowak is not Intimidator or something since it already, it just switched in. I have Landers in the back. I can Parting Shot if I want. I can Hard Switch. I'm going to protect Fini just to play safe. He cannot Max Quake my Incineroar. I mean, he can, but he knows that I have Shuca Berry, and also he knows that I have Landers because I just showed that to him. So it's pretty risky to Max Quake the Incineroar, I would say, because I can just switch out the Incineroar into Landers and he can just wait that. So for him, probably it is safer to just attack a Tapu Fini because that's the threat. So I'm just going to protect. And I'm going to take this opportunity to also Brick Break to get rid of that Light Screen. I mean, I have Brick Break for this kind of situation, so I might as well use it. Yeah, there's a Max Phantasm into the Tapu Fini Protect. The Tapu Fini's Protect. Doing a little bit of damage through Protect, more than what I would have liked to. Doing like 20-25% through Protect. Brick Break comes out. Is it enough to get rid of the Grimmsnarl? It is not. It is not. He doubled into my Tapu Fini, which is fine. The thing about Marowak, and of course not only Marowak, the thing about any Ghost is that when they Max Phantasm you, they're dropping your defenses, your physical defense. And that's not ideal because now my Tapu Fini is -1 defense. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Dynamax Fini, I think, just to increase the bulk. And go for a Geyser also into the Marowak. And +1, but he has Light Screen. So who knows? Oh no, he doesn't have light screen because I just used Brick Break. He can go for another light screen though. I'm gonna Parting Shot the Marowak to drop the tag and choose Dynamax. He's switching out the Grimmsnarl. There is no light screen again into P2. I mean, he knows that he probably wants Trick Room up because Trick Room is not up. So let's see if he max guards or something like that. Yeah, initially my Dynamax option for this game, at least on Team Preview, was my Landers. But because of how the game is being played, the Marowak is putting a lot of pressure into my Tapu Fini. I don't want to lose Tapu Fini just yet, of course. So Dynamax can also be good defensively here, since it's increasing my HP so I can survive for longer. And I'm gonna make up for that -1 defense with the Parting Shot. Let's see if the Marowak survives though. Max Geyser, it's not enough. Doing like 80%, a little bit more than 80 probably. I was +1, but it's not enough. Parting Shot into the Marowak just to drop the attack, so it's -1. Finally -1. But my Tapu Fini is also -1 defense, so it's still gonna hit hard. I can bring the Landers, but I decided to bring Urshifu. What if he like goes for Phantasm into the Landers and I lose it? I don't know. I just felt it was probably safer to bring Urshifu because Urshifu Sash. Phantasm, look that damage. Even a -1, of course I was also -1 defense, but it does like 50%. A little bit less than 50 probably. Or even 50, I don't know. It does a lot of damage. And it's getting another defensor up. So I could technically just Wiki Blow the Marowak here. And Max Geyser the B2. But I'm gonna double into the B2. Probably this was a mistake. Because B2 cannot get rid of Fini. I mean, I just want to get rid of the B2 because I don't want Trick Room to be up again. He knows that I can kill Marowak with any of these two. So I think he's not gonna protect. Yeah, he's not protecting. I suppose he's just gonna max Phantasm the Fini. So we're gonna trade P2 for Fini here, and I don't know if that's a good trade for me, to be honest. I could have just Wiki Blow the Marowak. Wiki Blow does hit through Protect, but it doesn't hit through Max Guard, so he could have Max Guard and Trick Room. But then again, it's still okay, I guess, because then I can just Sucker Punch the Marowak in Trick Room and get rid of it. Yeah. Probably I overestimated Tapu Fini's bulk. I'm kind of regretting not saving Tapu Fini, to be honest. I think this was not the correct play. Sacking Tapu Fini. Yeah, I got rid of the P2, so there's no Trick Room. But what if my opponent last one is Tapu Fini? I have 3 mons that are weak to Tapu Fini, so it's not looking great. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Tapu Fini. So I shouldn't have let Tapu Fini go down. Yeah, I'm actually regretting that because even if Trick Room goes up, I think it's fine because I can just Sucker Punch the Marowak next turn. And my Tapu Fini was +1 special defense, actually +2 special defense, I think. So I can survive anything from the P2 for sure. They can Aerial Impulse me, that's fine, but I can just go for Calm Mind. They cannot get rid of my special defense boost. So yeah, I should have just attacked the Marowak with Urshifu, I think, and just let Trick Room go up. But well, it's still my favorite, at least speed-wise. I have the speed advantage. I can just fake out Tapu Fini for free and we can blow the Marowak. Marowak is dead. He cannot protect in front of Urshifu. Now the problem is that the Grimmsnarl in the back has Fake Out. So once I get rid of the Marowak, he brings Grimmsnarl and he has Fake Out pressure. Yeah, this Marowak is not doing anything. Then he can bring the Grimmsnarl now, and he can Fake Out my Urshifu and Moonblast it. And it's quite obvious that I can just Protect, right? What if he Fake Outs my Incineroar and Muddy Water instead, predicting my Protect? Then Tapu Fini wins against Landers that I have in the back. Look at that Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is literally 7% health, 8% health. It's a 3 versus 2, and technically Grimmsnarl is almost dead, so it's the Protect is kind of obvious. I know he has Fake Out, and he knows that I know. So I'm not gonna Protect with Urshifu. I'm just gonna get rid of the Grimmsnarl, and my win condition here is finding a way that I can recycle Fake Out with my Incineroar. Let's see where the Fake Out goes. It goes into the Urshifu, so he didn't like probably care about me protecting. And then Muddy Water is gonna get rid of the Urshifu, right? Yeah, because I was -1 special defense because of the close combat. That's bad. I could have just protected the Urshifu and then I killed Grimmsnar. But then again, if he fakes my Incineroar and I protect the Urshifu, my Incineroar is trapped. And as I was saying, I think my win condition is recycling Incineroar's fake out, so I can bring Landorus fake out again with Incineroar that is gonna come in the other slot, fake out and Swords Dance, and then with the +2 I can do something. It would have been better to keep Urshifu alive for sure with the Sash intact, so I can get like 2 Wiki Blows off into Tapu Fini or close combat or whatever. Yeah, that's really bad. Again, I think my main mistake here was probably overestimating Tapu Fini's bulk and just letting my opponent get rid of it. That was probably not a good play. Yeah, here I just have to fake out Swords Dance. There's no reason not to. I'm gonna fake it, of course, the Fini. I'm not gonna fake it the Grimmsnar. Grimmsnar is going for a Reflect to increase Tapu Fini's bulk. Technically, yeah, I could Brick Break, but Tapu Fini is faster, and Grimmsnar is faster also down than Incineroar. So I don't think Incineroar is gonna survive to get the Brick Break off. The rain ends. That Tapu Fini is probably around 95% health. So I have 2 options here. I can Rock Slide, Flare Blitz, hoping that he misses the Muddy Water if he flinches. But Rock Slide can also miss. Or I can just Earthquake myself. Because Earthquake is guaranteed to connect, I'm +2. Yes, he has Reflect, but I'm +2. So probably the Earthquake does like 50%. And then once I get rid of my own Incineroar, Earthquake becomes single target, and it might be enough to get rid of it. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm not sure if this is the best play. I'm gonna Earthquake here. I'm gonna get rid of my own Incineroar. I'm gonna get rid of Grimmsnar and Incineroar, but the most important thing is let's see how much damage this does to Tapu Fini. So it does like 40%. 40, 45. It's gonna get some recovery with leftovers, and it's gonna hit the Muddy Water. Muddy Water connects. Yeah, Landorus never going down from that. No accuracy drop. With leftovers, he has like 60%, 60 something. Is a single target Earthquake gonna be enough though? Do I go for it? I don't think it's gonna be enough based on how much damage the first one, which was spread damage, did. Also, he can protect here to get a little bit more leftovers recovery. Do I predict that and go for another Swords Dance? What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click Rock Slide because I think there is a chance I can flinch and he can still miss Muddy Water. And I don't get a flinch, unfortunately. I think I probably should have just Earthquake and just hope that it's enough. It was a mind game. Basically, he gets a crit, but of course the crit didn't matter from that range. But basically, I lost 2 mind games. The mind game from the fake out and this last turn mind game. If I Earthquake or Rock Slide. I mean, it was not a mind game. Like, I had the advantage. I can just attack. But I decided to go for Rock Slide. Probably should have just risked the Earthquake. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what was better there. Well, let me update the score here. So it's 1-0 for my opponent. He's 1-0 now. In this set, round 7 of Players Cup 4 Latin American Regionals Qualifier. I think the game it's not a bad matchup or something. It's just that I didn't play correctly a couple of turns. I think I overestimated. I have said this like a couple of times already. I overestimated Tapu Fini's bulk. I should have just kept Tapu Fini alive. I probably should have just like let Trick Room go up, and in the end game, I probably should have just protected with Urshifu. But then again, it was a mind game. So for game 2, I'm just not gonna bring Tapu Fini in the front. I think Tapu Fini is really good in the back. This time, he didn't bring his Landers, so this time I'm gonna go Landers and DD. Reason being, he led with Grimmsnarl P2 last time. So Grimmsnarl P2 is a really passive lead for that, for my Landers and DD lead. I can just follow me Swords Dance. P2 doesn't even have Tri-Attack, it's just Ice Beam. DD can take like 7 Ice Beams. Grimmsnarl is going to be -1, cannot do anything against Indeedee other than Spirit Break, which I don't care. It's a free Swords Dance, basically. And if he somehow like changes, it's still fine because Indeedee is helping Landers to set up. And once Landers is set up, I can just go from there. I'm going to bring Incineroar Fini in the back. I think Incineroar Fini both are good. I can use Landers to increase my team's speed if I need to. If he goes Kartana or Landers with Airstream. I think it's fine. Yeah. Let's go that way. I think that lead is probably better based off how he was playing game 1. I think Fini can be really good in the end game for me. And once my Lander is set up, since he does not have Intimidate, it's going to be fine against Fini. Especially with Indeedee there. And there it is. Porygon 2 Grimmsnarl lead from my opponent. This is great for my Landers and DD lead, because again, there's no way he can stop this. I mean, there's one way, but at least just for this turn. He can fake out my Landers, because Psychic Terrain is up, but Landers is flying, so the Psychic Terrain does not help Landers to avoid priority moves. But besides that, it's fine. I'm just gonna click follow me Swords Dance, because if he fake outs my Landers, like the Ice Beam, if he goes for it, it's gonna go into Indeedee anyways. And if he Trick Rooms, the next turn I'm gonna do the same. Swords Dance, follow me. So let's see if he stays in with Grimmsnarl. Reflect, Trick Room is another option. If he reflects now in Trick Rooms, I'm getting a free Swords Dance, and the next turn I'm getting another Swords Dance. Like, there's no reason not to. So he has to decide what to do here. I'm putting a lot of pressure. Follow me Swords Dance is one option. I don't think there's any reason for me to not click that. Let's see what he does, how he reacts to this. He's switching out the Grimmsnarl though. Let's see, into Landers. Into Tapu Fini, okay. Into Tapu Fini. This is fine. There's no way for him to touch the Landers. I'm gonna get a Swords Dance off. Is he going for an Ice Beam? Is he going for a Trick Room? I suppose this should be a Trick Room, right? Yep, Trick Room is up. Not a big deal. Landers +2, and most importantly, the Grimmsnarl never set up a Reflect. There's no Reflect now on play. So technically, I can just follow me again and Max Quake. +2 Max Quake should get rid of the Tapu Fini. There's no reason for me to not click this. I don't think there's any reason to go for another Swords Dance. I think one is fine here. Because Tapu Fini is now putting a pressure on my Landers. I cannot protect Landers with Indeedee's Follow Me against Muddy Water, for example, because of spread damage. So Landers Dynamax now. I'm gonna Max Quake the Tapu Fini. Let's see if he protects or goes for Muddy Water. I suppose he's gonna go for another Muddy Water. He cannot let me set up another Swords Dance for free. Yeah, there's no protect. Calm Mind maybe? I don't think he's gonna Calm Mind. In front of a +2 Landers. Ice Beam into Indeedee. He cannot even freeze me because of the Misty Terrain being up. Muddy Water. Doing 30%. Max Quake into the Fini. This should be a one-hit KO. Let's see. Yep, it is. I mean, it's +2 Landers, Max Quake. With a critical hit, I don't think that crit mattered. Increasing my special defense in the process. So let's see. We know Grimmsnarl is in the back. Based on how game 1 went, I would have to assume the last one should be Marowak. So if he brings Marowak here, I just go for a Follow Me Quake. Yep, there's a Marowak. Marowak should be slower than his P2. So technically, Indeedee should go down here. And then Ice Beam should go into the Landers. But because I'm +1, special defense, I think it's fine. I suppose the Marowak is gonna go for a max flare into the Ndidi to get rid of it. There's no reason for me to protect Ndidi or something like that. I have to just click follow me. It's pretty safe. And he cannot even freeze my landers because I have Lumberry. I mean, he can, but I'm gonna recover with the Lumberry. There's a Dynamax. I suppose the Marowak is Dynamax in here, but is Marowak gonna be able to survive a +2 Max Quake? I just don't think so. Without Reflect, I don't think so. Let's see, Dynamax Marowak, Shiny Marowak. I forgot to say that. Everything is shiny here. Follow me. Let's see, Max Flare? No Max Guard. Max Flare, yeah, into the Ndidi. Bye-bye, Ndidi. There's no way Ndidi survives that, yeah. Max Flare. Now the Icy Beam is gonna go into the Landers. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to get the knockout because I'm +1 special defense and Dynamaxed. Yeah. A crit there would have been probably heartbreaking. Max Quake into the Marowak. That's a clean one-hit KO. Bye-bye Marowak, and Landers putting in work here. And we know the last one is Grimstar, so Grimstar is not putting enough pressure. And I have Incineroar, so I'm gonna bring Incineroar. He got rid of my Psychic Terrain, so I can just fake out his Porygon. And remember that my Incineroar's fake out went second on game 1. So that means I'm slower. So that means in Trick Room, I should be moving first. So my fake out should go first here. I'm just gonna go for a fake out into the Porygon and Max Quake. Into the Porygon. Like, I don't care about the Greenstar right now. Fake out Quake into the Porygon. Yep, no reason not to. Let's see what he does. Is he going for a Brick Break? Sorry, for a Reflect, knowing that I have Brick Break. No, he was trying to go for a fake out. I mean, I don't know if he forgot that I was slower, or if he just wanted me, or was hoping that I wouldn't go for a fake out, but no reason not to. Max Quake does like 80% to that B2, pretty bulky. That's definitely bold B2, or relax, whatever, boosting defense nature. Last turn of Trick Room, I think. So I'm just gonna double into the B2. Flare Blitz, yeah, it's the last turn of Trick Room. +2 attack, +3 special defense. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz and fly, because I cannot let the P2 go for a recover. Like, there's no way. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz. If he recovers, I'm gonna do a lot of damage with Flare Blitz and fly for next turn. Yeah, he's just killing my Landers. That's fine. Landers did his job. Put a ton of pressure on everything. Got 2 knockouts. Brought P2 down to 10%, 15%. And Flare Blitz is enough to pick up the knockout on P2. And it's Grimmsnarr against the world. And Grimmsnarr is even -1, I think. Is it -1? I think, yeah, because he was brought the same turn than Incineroar. Trick Room ends. And now I have Tapu Fini and Incineroar in the sun against a -1 Grimmsnarr. So this is looking great. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do. I'm just going to Moonblast Flare Blitz. That should be enough. If he goes for a light screen or something, that's fine. I get another Moonblast the next turn, that should be enough. So yeah, I think there's nothing my opponent can do here, especially because we are like out of Trick Room. So that should be a win for me. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, he just forfeited the match. So the battle was cancelled. It's 1 versus 1 now. We're tied now in this round 7 match. So I'm feeling great about the matchup. I think I lost game 1 because of probably a couple of misplays, small misplays here and there. But I knew that I had to just like play more consistently and a little bit more aggressive also in the early game with my Swords and Slanders and Ndidi lead. So now going into game 3, I think I just have to repeat my lead. Like, there's nothing my opponent can do to stop that, I think, because of the Ndidi protecting Landers. I guess the only thing he can do is lead Tapu Fini, because I cannot protect Landers from Muddy Water. So that way he forces me to Dynamax, because if I just Swords Sense, Muddy Water is going to do a lot of damage. He can just Muddy Water Trick Room, for example, if he goes Tapu Fini Porygon, and then the next turn he Muddy Waters again. But I still think it's not enough reason for me to change my lead. I don't think I have to bring Regieleki to this game. As a Marowak and a Landorus. I'm just gonna go Landorus and Didi, I think. But there's one way he can adapt, as I was saying, which is bringing Tapu Fini in the front. Because if you paid attention to the previous game, he led Grimmsnarl Porygon and he immediately switched out the Grimmsnarl for Fini. He didn't even set up a Reflect or something. Immediately switched out to put pressure on my Landorus because he knew I was coming, the Swords Dance. So probably he's thinking, oh, I should have just led with Fini in the front so I can put pressure on the Landorus so he can Swords Dance in my face. So I suppose he's gonna bring Fini now in the front. He can even bring Landorus this time to intimidate my Landorus. He can bring Kartana, I guess, in the end game or something. Marowak didn't do much. Like, even in game 1, I should have just get rid of the Marowak. Not the P2. So he knows that Marowak is not doing much. Probably Marowak is just there in Team Preview to scare my Regieleki. So let's see. I'm just gonna go with same lead, but if he leads Tapu Fini, I already thought about this in Team Preview. If he leads with Tapu Fini, my plan for turn 1 is switch out the Landorus for Fini and Mystical Fire the Fini. And there it is. Porygon 2 and Tapu Fini lead this time. Into my Indeedee Landorus lead, Landorus the Hoenn Champion, which is brought from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I think I caught this Landorus 5 years ago. My shiny Landorus. Took a lot of hours. Okay. I think there's not much to think here. I already thought about this in Team Preview, so the plan is pretty simple. Switch out Landorus to Tapu Fini. He probably is feeling the pressure of my Swords Dance or something, even helping hand Max Quake. So I'm just gonna Mystical Fire, play slow, switch out Landorus to Fini. I'm not even like thinking about this because I already thought about it. Like, look, I just took like 5 seconds to decide this. Because I already knew what to do if he leads Tapu Fini. Mystical Fire basically is gonna drop the special attack of Fini. If he goes for a Calm Mind, or I think he's gonna go for a Muddy Water, but if he goes for a Calm Mind, like, I'm just also making up for the special attack boost by going for a Mystical Fire. So let's see. I suppose Muddy Water Trick Room. Actually, he's Dynamaxing. Is he Dynamaxing P2 or Fini? I mean, why would you Dynamax P2? It should be Fini then. Yeah, it's Dynamaxing Tapu Fini, which is even better for me. Because if he's Dynamaxing Tapu Fini, I suppose that means he is going for a Max Geyser into the Landers. But I could have just followed me. I don't know why he's doing this. I mean, I'm cool with it. Yeah, Max Geyser into the Landers slot, which is now a Tapu Fini. And it does 20% to my Tapu Fini, almost. So I'm gonna get this Mystical Fire off. And I'm here just chilling. It's -1. He cannot Calm Mind because he decided to go for a Dynamax. So he's just wasting the Tapu Fini Dynamax now. Yeah, he knows that I have Follow Me. So I can just Follow Me now and the Irium pulls away and my Tapu Fini can just start setting up. And there's not much he can do to stop this Tapu Fini from setting up here. My Tapu Fini. So because he knows that I have Follow Me, I'm not gonna click Follow Me. I'm gonna click Mystical Fire and Calm Mind. Do something similar that he's doing with his Marowak. Like, okay, you know they have Follow Me, so you're not gonna click Air Impulse, right? Because I can just redirect that. Let's see. Yeah, there's the Iceman. See, he's not clicking Air Impulse because of the Indeedee. Just can just redirect the Air Impulse away, and that's basically gonna make him waste his turn. Ice Beam for some chip damage. Max Geyser into the Indeedee in the rain, but it's -2. It's doing no damage. Indeedee's taking that like a champ. He already Max Geyser me and Ice Beam me. And it's doing no damage. It's not even 50%. Yep, free Calm Mind for me. Free Lep Cheese recovery. So because I just clicked Mystical Fire and not Follow Me, I'm gonna click Follow Me this time, just to play safe. Because he can this time go for Eerie Impulse. I mean, he can still just attack the Indeedee, but let's see. I think this is just safe. Follow me. Comes out. No Eerie Impulse. He's just clicking Ice Beam. He understands that indeed it can be a problem. Ice Beam is doing a little bit of chip damage. Geyser, not enough. Basically, I wasted my opponent's Tapu Fini Dynamax for 3 turns. To be honest, I don't agree with the Dynamax turn 1, especially because I had Indeedee. Like, I can just redirect your Max Geyser. You're not even gonna hit my Landers. But it's even better for me. I mean, we take those. Now my Tapu Fini is +2 special attack. 2 more turns of Trick Room. Indeedee is going down this turn, probably. I'm just gonna click Follow Me, Calm Mind again. I could technically protect Indeedee and Calm Mind, but what if he just Eerie Impulse Muddy Water? Muddy Water should probably get rid of Indeedee in the rain from that range. Yeah, I just want to play safe. I could technically protect Calm Mind, so the next turn I Follow Me or something. But yeah, there's the Ice Beam, so no Eerie Impulse. But that's fine. Because what is Tapu Fini gonna do to my Tapu Fini? It's -2 and I'm +2. It's doing 10%. Another Calm Mind, so I'm +3 now. My Tapu Fini just set up in his face. And last turn of Trick Room, so technically he could Eerie Impulse me, but I have Incineroar, so I just Fake Out here. And because his Tapu Fini is -2, I think, yeah, it's not doing that much damage to my Incineroar. Unless he crits, of course. Barring a crit, this should be fine. Fake Out into the Porygon, and I could technically Muddy Water. I just don't want to miss. Because if I miss... No, I'm just going to Max Geyser here, because yeah, this is the last turn of Rain also. So if he stays in with P2, +3 Max Geyser in the range should be enough to get rid of it. I don't want to miss Muddy Water. Let's see. Free Fake Out, free Max here. I'm already +3. There's no need to keep increasing special attack at this point, I think. Let's see what he does. He's switching out the P2 into Marowak. He did bring the Marowak for the 3rd time. Okay. Marowak is not doing anything here. Dynamax Tapu Fini in the rain, Max Geyser, +3 special attack, no light screen. Poor Marowak. It's not even Dynamax this time. This probably is gonna get rid of Marowak 2 or 3 times. Let's see. Fake Out into nothing, of course, Marowak is a ghost. Muddy Water into my Incineroar, doing like 35%. It's solid damage considering he's -2. But the rain is up. It's dropping my accuracy. Marowak is going down. My Tapu Fini is +3, is chilling. Trick Room is over. Rain stops. Yeah. I mean, if the last one is is the last one Grimmsnarl though? I was gonna say if the last one is Grimmsnarl, this is looking great. Why would you bring Grimmsnarl in the back? I don't think he brought Grimmsnarl this time around. I have Break Incineroar, Indeedee. Is the last one Landers or is it Kartana this time? Kartana could be scary here, especially because there's no Trick Room. Landers is fine. Cannot do much to Fini. I can intimidate him with my Landers. Landers is totally fine. Kartana, yeah, there's the Kartana. He adapted. Another shiny Mon. Shiny Kartana. So now this is tricky because I could technically just survive any move from Kartana because I'm Dynamax. I can even switch out Incineroar for Landers, but what if he crits? Kartana has Leaf Blade, and I know it's a Soul Best, so I cannot get rid of it. I'm gonna Max Torfold the Fini. I'm +3 special attack. This should be enough to get rid of it. And I'm gonna switch out Incineroar for Landers because I could technically Flare Blitz, but what if the Max Torfold is not enough and Tapu Fini survives with a sliver of health? Muddy Waters. Also my accuracy, is not full. He dropped my accuracy. So it's safer to just switch out Incineroar. Also, I'm not risking the Sacred Sword into that slot. I'm intimidating the Kartana at the same time. I don't want to rely on not getting crit, especially from a Leaf Blade Kartana, but I think in this situation it's probably what I have to do. Leaf Blade, no crit. That did like 40%. So is this enough? Yeah, it is enough. 40% and -1. So without the -1, it would have done 60. And with the crit, that's like 90. So probably even with the crit, the previous turn I would have survived because Tapu Fini was like 95. But now I can die from a Leaf Blade crit. And that's something I don't want. I don't want to rely on like, oh, my opponent's not gonna crit me. It's gonna be fine. And boom, crit. Is there any way I cannot rely on my opponent not critting me? I think, yeah. I'm gonna play safe here. I'm gonna switch out the Landers back to Incineroar and Max Guard. Reason being, I have Fake Out the next turn. I'm gonna intimidate the Kartana yet again. I also can next turn Flare Blitz if I want to. I cannot risk Fini. Like, you saw that I lost game 1 of this set because I lost Tapu Fini. And I cannot lose Tapu Fini because it's my way to win against P2. Let's see. I'm gonna Max Guard here just to play safe. Getting some lefties recovery. Yep, there's a Leaf Blade into the Fini. My opponent's win condition here is a crit. Ice Beam comes out into the Lander slot, which is Incineroar now. Get him some leftovers recovery. This is the last turn of Dynamax, I think. Yeah, last turn of Dynamax. So I could technically Fake Out the Kartana and attack now, but I don't think Kartana's dying here, even though I'm +3. I'm thinking here, guys, how do I avoid losing to a crit? And I think I have the answer. I have to give up the boost from Tapu Fini and Flare Blitz Incineroar. Switch out Tapu Fini and Flare Blitz Incineroar. That's the play. Sometimes you have to give up things. I have to give up my boost because if I'm just hoping that he doesn't crit and he crits me, I can lose the game. And I don't want to lose this game. It's round 7. I'm 5-1. I don't want to lose the game because of RNG. So I'm just going to Flare Blitz here. Just going to Leaf Blade into my Fini. Yep, there's no crit, so Fini would have survived. But I just didn't want to risk it. Flare Blitz into the Kartana is free. Kartana is never able to survive this. It's no sash. There's no sash with a critical hit. You see? What if my opponent got the critical hit? I didn't need the critical hit. Incineroar's Flare Blitz is a guaranteed OHKO, but he could have crit me with Leaf Blade. So the crit was there. Ice Beam into the Fini. Catching the Lander, switching. I don't think that was a read. I think he's probably just covering my Fini surviving, like the Leaf Blade with Red Hail or something. He wanted to do Ice Beam damage to see if that's enough. And also he can cover if I switch into Landers, I guess. Yeah. So now Tapu Fini can just switch in. I'm taking my time here for one reason, because endgames against P2, especially when you don't have Taunt Incineroar again. Why don't I have Taunt? It would have made this way easier. But I mean, Brick Break did help, because even though I only used it once, my opponent like knew that I had Brick Break, so he probably didn't bring Grimstar this time around because of the Brick Break. Like, oh, my opponent is just gonna Brick Break my screens. So I'm gonna Parting Shot Calm Mind, basically. And I'm gonna take some time here, not because I don't know what to do, it's because endgames against P2, especially without Taunt, as I was saying, can sometimes take longer than needed. So the timer is another win condition that I have here, because I have 2 Mons and he only has 1. And he's not giving up, of course. The thing is that P2 only has Ice Beam. How is P2 gonna defeat my Tapu Fini with Calm Mind up with only Ice Beam? Like, it's gonna do no damage because I have lefties. I think the Ice Beam is gonna do the same that the leftovers. He's going for a Trick Room. He's -1. And I'm +1 special defense, special attack. At this point, there's nothing he can do, I think. To be completely honest with you, I think he probably should have just forfeited. But he's going to play it out. I'm going to protect. He cannot even freeze me. That's the thing. Because of Misty Terrain. And even if, like, Misty Terrain is going to end at some point. Even if he does that at some point, I can just Flare Blitz. That unfrozens me. Yeah, I'm just taking time, as I said. Win condition, another win condition, the timer. Protect, just to get some lefties. He's probably gonna Air Impulse me, I guess. No, he's going for Ice Vein into the Incineroar, okay. Predicting my Protect. Doing no damage to Incineroar, now the Peach is -2. I'm just gonna click Parting Shot for like 4 times in a row. Like, there's no reason for me to attack just yet. This Peach is not doing anything. Okay, the mist disappeared. So technically he can freeze me now. But again, if he does that, I can just Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz, it's fine there. 47, so it did 10 damage. Parting Shot again. It's -3 now. It's -3. I'm gonna attack with a single target Muddy Water and +1 special attack. Because basically, yeah, I'm doing like 30-something, 35%. Basically now I'm forcing him to recover. I don't want to just let him keep spamming Ice Beam. I have to begin attacking because at some point he has to recover. So now I'm just gonna Moonblast. I went for the Muddy Water because, yeah, I can get an accuracy drop or something. But nah, I think it's not worth. Now I'm just gonna. It's not worth the risk. I'm just gonna Moonblast. Parting Shot. I think he's -4 now. And Moonblast now should do like 35% again. Yeah. And this is the last turn of Trick Room, so he's forced to recover now. But he cannot do anything. Now I'm gonna click Brick Break. Technically, Flare Blitz does more, a little bit more, but I don't want the recoil. That's the thing. Recovery comes out, Brick Break, it's doing like 20-25%, not much, but it's damage. Moonblast, and look, that Porygon can't do anything. It's over, P2. Now Trick Room is over, I think. Yep. I just attack again. Moonblast and Brick Break, and that's game. So yeah, that's the end game that I wanted. So I had to get rid of the Kartana first, just to have a guaranteed win condition now. Because there's no way he wins. Like, there's no way. With Tri-Attack, probably, yeah, the battle is just cancelled. It's cancelled. And now we are 2-1, and we win this round 7, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are enjoying all this English content. I'm doing my best to bring you guys this this analysis in English. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, support the channel by leaving a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Who knows, maybe I can continue bringing English content in the future if you guys like this type of content, because this series is about to end. Remember, on Players Cup 4 we had 9 rounds, so this was round 7, so that means that I have 2 rounds left. Actually, let me update this, the wins. I have 6-1 now, so I'm 6-1, round 7. I have to play round 8 and 9, so 2 rounds left, and let's see how it ends. Thank you again, guys. I hope that you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to leave a like and put me in the comments if you're liking or not the series. Until next time, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.